The red scarf and the stranger who saved my soul. I've always been a sucker for the North Dakota winters, but 3 years ago, the cold felt different. It felt heavy. I'd lost my wife, Sarah, in November, and by Christmas Eve, I was just going through the motions. I was sitting in a crowded diner in Fargo, just staring into a cup of black coffee. I had Sarah's old handmade red scarf draped over the empty chair next to me. It was silly, I know, but it was the only way I could feel like she was still there. The place was packed. People were laughing, passing around gifts, and then there's this guy, rough around the edges, maybe mid-40s, looking like he had just come off a 12-hour shift at the mill. He looks at the empty chair, then at me, and asks, "Mind if I sit? Everywhere else is full." I just nodded, pushing the red scarf closer to the edge. We didn't talk for 20 minutes, just the sound of forks hitting plates. Then, out of nowhere, he looks at the scarf, and I see his eyes well up. He reaches out, his hand shaking, and just barely touches the wool. He whispers, "My grandmother made one, exactly like this for my sister, before the accident." We ended up talking until the diner closed its doors. Turns out he was alone too. His family was gone, and he'd been driving for hours just to find a place that felt like home. As we walked out into the snow, he handed me a small wooden carving of a bird. He said he'd been carrying it for years, waiting for a reason to let it go. Now, 3 years later, that man, Marcus, is the godfather to my son. And every Christmas we sit in that same booth, with that red scarf on the table between us. Sometimes, the universe doesn't just give you a coincidence. It gives you a bridge back to the world.